Terraria has released its final update again, and I have decided this is the perfect opportunity to slow down and really take our time to experience its many changes. So for an entire year, I will be playing on this one world, with each phase of progression being blocked until the start of a new month. So for the month of February, I could only defeat the Eater of Worlds and the Goblin Army. Otherwise, I can make no other form of progression. This is what happened. What I want to do is create an auto Eater of Worlds killer. Like just an instantaneous one-shot, it's dead sort of thing. And we'll see how close we can get to that. So the objective is quite simple. Kill the Eater of Worlds while firing only a single shot. In many ways, the strategy is inspired by Wild LMAO's video where he used bouncy boulders and minecarts to defeat the Eater of Worlds. But I wanted to do something a little different. We're grabbing all this cactus because rather than using bouncy boulders, I want to try and utilize cactus boulders. For Wild's idea, he could use bouncy boulders with a high level of effectiveness, but I wanted something that was more immediate and extra crunchy. See, the cool thing about cactus boulders is that they break into spikes for extra damage and they are activated by hitting them with a weapon. We'll have to see if we can make it work. I think there's a lot of potential with them, but for now, I'm grabbing a few quick spores and vines from the jungle so we can craft an axe of regrowth. Then we'll break 2 shadow orbs. I want a vile thorn for mage, but none drops, which is fine because we also want to grab some spiky balls. Now the problem with trying to farm cactus is that there is only so much in the world, and unlike trees that pop up instantaneously, cactus grows really slowly. There's a simple solution to this problem we'll get to a little bit later, but for now, we need to test how these boulders will work to see if they are a viable strategy. If we use cactus boulders in the right way, I'm wondering if we can create a chain reaction that could one-shot the Eater of Worlds. Okay, looks like they all run the same direction, and they also deal extra damage every time that they fall a block. We're going to need a lot of cactus boulders, man. So many cactus boulders. I have no idea how many we're going to need to in order to beat the Eater of Worlds. Now there's another problem we need to solve. In order for these boulders to be maximally effective and shred the worm in one shot, we need the worm to be traveling in a straight line on a flat surface. That's why we're building a platform over the corruption. The idea is to give the Eater only one place to spawn by creating a corruption biome in the sky, and that one spot he can spawn on will hopefully be in the right position. This also gives us a good place to experiment with these boulders again because we can get even more boulders if we stack them on top of each other. Will the top ones of this stack do their little spiky thing? Oh, they will. So if we stack the boulders high, then we can get a lot of bonus damage from the spikes. That's great, but how on earth are we going to get enough cactus to pull this off? Easy. Pumpkins can be shimmered into cactus, and the Dryad readily sells pumpkin seeds, and those pumpkins will grow much faster than cactus. Are you kidding? We got another blood moon. Huh. I've gotten so many blood moons. I guess we could fish. Fishing almost went well, but I switched to my summoner build to keep the enemies off me while I fished, but when I got the flying fisheye, I forgot my mobility is all on the mage loadout and kept trying to jump and do things I couldn't actually do anymore. So instead, we tried to farm for a bloody tier, but came up empty on the 3rd blood moon in a row. The farming did give pumpkins plenty of time to grow though, so we're going to start preparing our Eater of Worlds shredder. Oh. What? What? How did that happen? How did that happen? I didn't attack or anything. What has happened? Oh, there was a bunch of my cactus. Forgot my Flinks friend here can cause the boulders to roll, so guess we got to go summonless now. But I am sensing the potential for many failures, so we're going to just plant a bunch of pumpkins. Those pumpkins will take some time to grow, so I'm going to get to work on this idea I have for an Arctic ocean. Pufferfish! 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 It's a material. I've never gotten a pufferfish before. Oh, that's so exciting! Yay! All of this sand will be helpful for crafting glass in the future, and we need to remove it so we can replace this whole area with snow and ice. If we're lucky, we'll also get the northern lights to appear. If they don't, then this whole project will be quite disappointing, but I'm hoping and praying it works. Oh, we already got ice slimes. Okay, so this is definitely going to at least... We already have enough to at least get tundra enemies here, so that's cool. Another blood moon? What is this? How do I have so many blood moons?
This time I fished at the ocean with a little safe box, and I can't believe just how much easier this was. I should have done this forever ago. With this nice open area near the beach and far fewer enemies spawning, this made farming the enemies so much easier.
Hey, the blood rain! Cool, the one thing... The one weapon that we don't need, but that's fine.
We don't need that blood rain per se, because Ranger is the one class we are not going to play this year, but we might as well collect the weapons for it, I suppose. The Vampire Frog Staff would be pretty huge to get in this phase of progression though. But even more valuable than that is the
Chumcaster. Wonderful.
Finally! Took long enough to get some blood moon drops. We also got one bloody tear we can use. We dug out the ocean a little more until the goblin army appeared. Now we can get those spiky balls I wanted.
The fact that they can fall down my towers on my head is kind of an oversight.
My hope was that spiky balls would not activate cactus boulders and I could litter the area with spiky balls all around the boulders, but these things are enough to make them roll, so no dice there. We may still use them as part of the battle, we just can't have them mixed in with the cactus boulders. I try to remember to do fishing quests in between things as best I can, and I started just chopping down trees thinking that maybe we do actually need new trees if we want to get the living leaf or wood wands from shaking them. I need those wands for future building, man. They are my favorite. Quest complete, it's time to set up the boulders again.
Oh, right, stupid summon! Stop destroying my cactus boulders!
There's one other thing we need to test though. I was curious if these boulders would bounce off of pink slime blocks. It likely won't add much if it works, but it could give the boulders just a little more vertical range to increase the odds of success.
I think they did. I think it did. 3, 4, 5. Oh, they totally do. That gives it more reach.
Turns out you can't block swap beneath these boulders without making them roll, but with some pink slime bounce pads, we will hopefully make these boulders ever so slightly more effective. That night, we set up a whole bunch of these boulders.
Also, if stars can activate these things, ooh, that would not be great.
And the last stack of boulders at the very end will be extra tall. The idea is that we'll hit one of these boulders first from a distance, and that will cause a chain reaction, making all the other boulders drop, and in theory, they'll move at the same pace of the worm and maximize their damage.
Oh! Oh, okay, good. Oh, I didn't think about a hook could activate it. Oh, I am so glad they didn't activate all of them. That's a good thing we did that too, because turns out they weren't close enough. Now we know. We need to double check that they're all close enough to each other. It was on purpose, guys. It was totally on purpose. It was all a test.
We only need one cactus between the larger gaps to ensure the chain reaction continues. So we fill in the gaps, but this campfire is creating one of those too big of gaps.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. We gotta be... Not do it there. Let's go around. No! That was a test, guys. It was a test. Yep, that's what that was. It was a test. It was a test. I thought for sure that would have been fine.
I still can't believe that pickaxe somehow hit those boulders.
I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy. Tell me why, Bob.
We lost nearly 1,000 cactus in that accident, so now we gotta wait for the pumpkins to grow again. This gives me a chance to cover the top of the ocean with snow blocks. This will help ensure we don't accidentally drain it. And before we fully commit to this Arctic ocean idea, I want to make sure I know what to expect from the end project. So we fill in this massive hole with about 1,500 ice and snow blocks.
Okay, we placed a lot of ice, so either the tundra is being overwritten by ocean, or we still need more. But I mean, that's a lot of blocks, man. We'll still look at completing this thing, but I'm not liking the looks of this.
The pumpkins are now grown and shimmered, and so let's see if we can actually get in a real attempt this time. We're gonna throw a bunch of spiky balls on this side of the cactus trap to help finish off anything that might survive the boulders.
Oh, right, we're not in the corruption over here. Oh, there he is. Yep, okay. Pew. What? No! No! He just went straight down and just... Oh!
This is all part of the learning process. The far side where I wanted to stand is not considered corruption, so the Eater wasn't going to stick around. We need the platform to be bigger, and we also need the Goblin Seeker I totally forgot to look for. To make sure the top platform is considered corruption, we're going to need more corrupted blocks up here. That will take a while to spread, so we put in some work on the spawn castle. I want it to continue upwards and be much larger, but I don't want more NPC houses. Large builds with big open areas are by far my weakest point in building, so maybe this year will be my chance to improve, and this top part is what I'm least sure about, how I want it to look. But we have time to think about that because we have the cactus needed to give the cactus cheese another attempt.
No! Stars get set up, No! Oh, well, now we know. Come on! Alright, only do that during day, I guess.
I don't think you understand just how many cactus I've burned through without a real attempt. All of this costs so much cactus, man. But with them set up again, we can finally give it a real attempt. Almost.
Oh, no. Oh, summon now. Get it. There we go. Ah! Oh, what?
Someday we won't scuff one of our attempts. Also, I found this new painting they added to the game.
What? They added the Scraggler into Why?
And while waiting for the pumpkins to grow, I was going to put in some work on the Arctic Ocean.
We can get it! The Northern Lights at the ocean! Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, I thought for sure we wouldn't be able to get it. Oh, I'm so happy. Hold on, fight Duke Fishron at night with this. Oh, that would be sick. It looks like it's still ocean background. We just get the Northern Lights on top of it. So that's actually really interesting. We're at the ocean backdrop, but with Northern Lights. They're like two separate things.
We also need the eye trophy for the trophy room, and this led me to learning that the Shield of Cthulhu was not the problem with the Chillet sometimes dashing into the eye. Even with it unequipped, Chillet was very hit or miss as to whether it dashed through or into it. I am officially quite confused by this mount. We'll have to see if we can figure out the secrets behind how this dash actually works later. As it stands, we're almost at the end of the week, and we haven't accomplished our one goal. And for the next attempt, I think I missed the cactus boulder, and so at least we don't need to farm more cactus. I tried to use a whip to activate them on the next attempt to try and better time when the cactus would fall, but that didn't work either. Even if it didn't though, I might have figured something else out.
We do appear to be just high enough though that he can't actually reach us. So are we just going to like kill the Eater of Worlds without actually being, like actually fighting? Let's just see how they do. Let's just kill the Eater of Worlds without fighting it. I think this is going great. What? Bogus! I think I jumped it, he disappeared.
Alright, I'll give the worm a more normal attempt. Only issue is that all my mobility accessories are on the mage build that has exactly one pierce, because no Vile Thorn has dropped, and I still don't have the diamond staff either. We ended up using a whip a little bit, and survived a surprisingly long time, but we didn't win. So somehow, we went the entire first week without defeating the Eater of Worlds. But that's okay. After this many failures, I've noticed some things and learned some others that might just give me a more successful idea next week.
Can I turn this mannequin into a raptor? You can! Oh, I love that! Oh, that's beautiful. All right.
Mannequins are 10 times more interesting now, and knowing that a dinosaur transformation works on these tells me that other mounts will likely work as well.
Can I hammer this and make a move? I can! Oh, but he's only got two stances. Okay, so he's kind of got that running stance and the standing stance. We're making like a dinosaur area in the jungle. That's what we're going to do. We're just gonna have dinosaurs everywhere.
I'll probably get to that next week, and it dawned on me later that I should make the build look like Jurassic Park, with a couple of people hiding from the raptors that are attacking them. We'll have some fun with it for the jungle pylon, but for this week, I have some new ideas where the Eater of Worlds and Cactus Boulders are concerned. I have two ideas. One is to build a large tower that will fill with Cactus Boulders. Then we try to get the worm to travel straight up the Tower of Boulders and unleash them upon him all at once. There is one potential issue with this. We can't go very high without it turning into regular forest. And of course, there's also the low probability that the Eater of Worlds will actually travel straight up this thing.
And we want him to come at a straight shot up that thing. That would be awesome. We now just need a way to actually set it off. I could just hit this with a pickaxe, like through the blocks. Yeah, that would work. We got to make sure that we line it up perfectly. All right, so he's going to spawn in kind of a horizontal pattern to start. Keep standing next to it. Oh, we got a we got a money rain. Oh, hold up. Low health. Oh, not too high, not too high. Ow, I went too high too early. Darn it. All right. We didn't waste any of our lovely cactus, so I think this is a total success. Well, half a success. All right, all right. He doesn't go away. Oh! He barely even hit him. Oh, man.
I still want this idea to work, but I think it's just not meant to be and might be getting a little old after this many failed attempts and no solid plan for actually making it work. I have one final idea for Cactus Boulders, but we're going to take a break from that to add another addition to the castle build. Hopefully, we'll finish this thing sometime by the end of March, I hope, or at least have it mostly finished by then. The tops of the castles are something that I often struggle with, but I'm going to struggle even more with the interior, I'm sure. I ended up with this sort of design and then ended up adding 2 more towers in the in-between spaces. It's coming together, and I want shingles, the dynasty ones, to add some color to the tops of the pillars, but the traveling merchant hasn't sold them yet.
Now the pumpkin should be all grown, so we can get some cactus for one last Eater of Worlds attempt with cactus.
This time I created what we're going to call the kill box. The Eater in times past has spawned on the Cactus Boulders, so perhaps if we get him tied up inside the box, we'll be able to at least deal substantial damage to him, even if it's not quite the one shot I was hoping for.
Let him spawn all the way in. Need to get a little lower, so he will go down there. There we go. He's wrapped up in there a little bit. Get him in charge over here. There we go. And Boulder. Oh, Bolt. Okay, or not. Just keep waiting on it. All right, now Boulder. There we go. Yeah! Yeah, we did 3,000 damage. No, the Eater of Worlds is too smart. He's too smart for me. I can't handle him. Sometimes, kids, is just about the trying, and you are in fact a failure, but you tried, and that's cute. Always try, kids, but like not too hard. Just like a little bit of trying, because if you try too hard, then you'll be disappointed when you inevitably fail.
For legal reasons, that was sarcasm, but we're at the point where we should probably just fight this thing normally, or at least that's what I would say. If there wasn't another boulder I wanted to experiment with. The Golder. This thing chases me down after breaking, but the question is, does that ghostly form also damage enemies?
Ooh. Oh yeah, Golder. Yes. Forget cactuses, black. Who uses cactuses? Am I right or am I right? I would never use cactuses, that's for sure. Here's the question. Just, how many Golders can you have following you? Would 80 Golders be a bit much? So 87 Golders, no idea how this is going to work. It's possible that the 87 Golders will just not spawn a lot of ghouls.
Here's a question. Are Golders considered a projectile or mob? Will I hit the mob or projectile limit first? I have zero idea. Not sure 87 is enough to hit either of those, so we should be safe. All I know is that using Golders is quite refreshing since I don't have to worry about breaking them, and I can freely grapple and attack around them.
All right, this is gonna be quite the tower we got here. I am very curious as to what's going to happen now. This is so much cheaper making too. So much cheaper. This is either going to absolutely shred or we're going to get shredded by the boulders. Because there's going to be so many boulders to deal with. Oh, this is so much more fun than the cactus idea. How many bosses do you guys think we're going to be able to kill with boulders? All right. Let's wait for him to at least be below us. Oh my goodness! Oh, they all stopped. Oh! That is highly effective. That is highly effective. Oh, they all despawned. Oh. All right, I guess we needed 2 stacks of boulders. Dude, that was so cool. So you just need like fewer smaller stacks of boulders, and like you just gotta break them periodically. That is actually awesome.
We'll finish off with the boulders started, but the performance of those things is actually insane, especially when you consider that each of those boulders only costs 6 stone. I'm even sure you wouldn't actually need nearly as many at the same time as I had. Considering the damage they dealt and how easy they are to avoid, this could be a busted way of cheesing many bosses at very little cost. You just need to be a little careful not to be caught by the boulder you unleash, because you have to stay close enough for them to actually chase you without getting hit by them, which isn't all that difficult really. Other than that, their only limitation is that they only last for so long, and even that isn't awful if you line them up right. We had the Eater of Worlds relic, and I've collected most of the Ancient Shadow Scale armor, which I've decided to decorate one of the dummies with. I also want to place corrupt furniture, wall type things, but I think I need the meat grinder, and that drops in hard mode, so we'll get to that in hard mode. With the Eater defeated though, I turned my focus back to the build. We still need a living leaf and wood wand from shaking trees.
Leaf wand! Oh, we got one!
It's also a good chance to see if either of the captured pals are here, but I had no luck.
Oh, another leaf wand. I want the living wood wand, please.
I was really hoping that you could shimmer the leaf wand into the wood one, but unfortunately, that is not a thing. Thankfully, chopping the trees on the other side of the world, I did get one to drop.
Hey, living wood wand!
It's great having these, but there is one more thing I need, a living loom. But how am I going to get one of those? Well, I'm not sure if this was added in 1.5 or existed before, but there is a way.
Can you shimmer a loom to a living one? You can! Oh, that's so nice! Oh, I'm so happy.
What I wanted these for was to finally decorate the courtyard of our castle. This will include these bushes in the corners. Maybe I'll need to add something in the future that makes it make sense that these things are here and what's holding them up, but I like it how they are right now. And then we're going to enhance the grass. What I like to do for this is mix the living wood into the dirt and leaf blocks mixed into the grass. Also add a living leaf walls for extra depth. This makes things a little fancier and does make me wish that there was another layer of dirt or two that I had below this thing, like before the relic area, but that's fine. What we're going to do now is add a bunch of critters to the area that'll hang out and fly around to make this place feel so much more alive.
Squirrels actually look really good because the things that you put down kind of camouflage into the rest of it. The parrots, not so much. Flying ones are kind of obvious that it's not right. Wait, hold up. If I can put Chillet here? Oh, now I need to find the other Chillet. I need to decide what I'm going to make the character wear.
As we add some light sources with living wood lamps, I just wanted to add that what's really cool about the placeable critters is that I genuinely can't tell if a critter is naturally spawned or a placed one, or at least, bunnies and squirrels. When I had started the year though, I also had the idea to use kites to fill in and fly around in the empty space in the middle.
I love the idea of the kites, but if they're just going to hang around like that, I don't want them. And I wish they would change kites so they didn't do that. That's really lame, just having them lying on the ground.
Now, I always end up making trees or tree-adjacent things in my year-long run, so I was thinking I wouldn't do that this year, but now I need something to fill in this middle space, and at the moment, I can't think of anything to fill it other than trees. But since we can't actuate blocks yet, I had to make it completely out of walls, which was a unique challenge at the very least. The first one was kind of just fine, but the second one, I skipped spaces where the living living leaf walls would connect to the living wood ones, and it makes the tree looks more real and like it's got some depth using just walls. So now we got several trees filling the courtyard, and I forgot to mention I added rubble to the ground. It looks really neat, and you should use that to make the ground look nicer. Not quite its final stage, and I might even overhaul it at some point, but I'm pretty happy with how it is now.
You know what? We haven't actually found the meteor that fell. Hold on, let's go grab that meteor. Why have we been ignoring that this whole time, man?
As we travel, here's a thought.
See, that's the master plan. I just gotta do 1 year, 1 world for 10 years, and then at the end of 10 years, I put all 10 videos into one. Boom, infinite money.
I feel like normally there isn't a lot I use meteorite for, but in this run, playing mage, summoner, and melee, there is actually a lot to craft. And speaking of crafting, I learned something.
Oh! You can right-click it to get the older version. How did I not know this? I like this better. I can tell a lot easier where things are. Orange face saber, green face saber, red face saber, they're all the same. Let's make the red one. I'm not really using melee, and this can at least be used with others. Oh, whoops. Wow, that went really far. Oh, okay, you just throw it out, and then you can summon it back by clicking again. Oh, that's so cool. Just like the trailers.
I thought it'd be pretty cool to pose the mannequins on the chillet. My first thought was to give it my first mage loadout, but I'm not sure about it since the mage robes removes the legs, so it doesn't really look like the mannequin is riding the chillet anymore.
Wait, can I just throw this thing down to the bottom of the world? Will it just keep on going? Huh. Okay, so you can't just throw lightsabers all the way down the tunnels. Wait, what happens if you make multiple phase blades? How many phase blades can we get going at once? Hold on, let's make another one. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that would be real hard to juggle these two. You need some master reflexes here. It had phase blade. Oh, oh yeah! Oh, hold up. That's actually sick. Okay. We gotta decide what we're going to do with this. Gladiator armor. We farm gladiator armor, and then ooh, we gotta have like 2. Yes. I think you can shimmer gladiator armor now, right? I think you can. Right. Yeah, baby!
This is going to look stinking awesome, and I have yet another task to complete. We need to find another chillet egg, farm gladiators, keep working on the Arctic Ocean, start planning and filling in the center of the castle, make a raptor pylon in the jungle, and whatever other shenanigans I can think of. We'll have to see what I can actually complete next week. This week I started off right away trying to find a chillet egg. Lead is useful for potions and crafting alike, so I also made sure to collect a lot of lead that I found along the way.
Oh, hi trap chest. A trap chest where the dynamite was in silt. Oh, and apparently the boulders were actually naturally blocked off with I didn't even look at that. Yeah, those boulders naturally would never have reached me. Sucks to suck. Hate the player, not the game. I mean, wait.
Although finding the chillet egg is the goal, I also had the side objective of clearing out and finding more caves near the center of the world. I didn't find any caves here before, and the V-shaped hollow and corruption spawn in hard mode usually hits somewhere around the middle, so having this area be more explored will be helpful come hard mode. After quite a lot of exploring though, even with the Splunker potion active, we didn't find a dragon egg anywhere. So I moved to something slightly more productive, making the jungle pylon I talked about last week, where we'll make it look like a bunch of raptors are attacking some last survivors. I decided I wanted to make it look like a rundown lab, and so used a lot of ancient, or maybe it's called accent slabs, I forget which, but I think the separation it creates around other blocks works well for making it feel for into the jungle. I also mixed in some iron brick, which I think looks okay. okay. For the housing, I'm going to use the new office furniture, which fits nicely for the more science aesthetic, and slab and iron brick walls fit well enough, but I'm wondering if there's another wall type that looks more science-y.
I'm gonna love putting the Dryad into this build. Like, she just does not fit at all with the theming of this build.
I wanted this upper area to look like a more destroyed version of the lower area. I landed on using fractured stone walls, but I'm not very happy with it.
Buddy, the number of blood moons we've got in this run is insane.
Of course, I wanted to try and blood moon fish again and return to the same place I'd fished during the last blood moon. I just didn't think of one little detail.
Deerclops! I got Deerclops at the ocean! Wait, I'm not allowed to fight Deerclops. Hold up. Deerclops, I'm not allowed to fight you. Leave! Run away!
Of course, she spawned after I'd just gotten a zombie merman and was enough of an obstacle to prevent me from finishing it off. Despite that, I still managed to get 4 more Blood Moon enemies that night, and yet I still didn't get the stupid vampire frog staff, nor a single bloody tear.
Dude, what are my drops? This is really bad. This is all a bunch of hoopla. I am about to inflict emotional damage on all of these enemies.
Returning to the build, I filled it out a bit more, but now is the time to add the NPCs.
Ready to defend their base from the raptors that'll be coming at them. Like that one right there. A raptor here, a raptor there. Raptors everywhere.
There's just one little detail we need to get the raptors. The raptor transformation costs 20 sturdy fossils each. Extractinate. Can't wait to get wiring and try wiring the extractinator up. Hopefully that'll be helpful.
Raptor. Guess what? Another raptor.
Unfortunately, you can't hammer these things into the jumping pose that the mount can have when you equip it and, well, jump. Really limits us from making this looking very dramatic. I did think that maybe giving the raptors some color would help, but
all right, you're gonna be blue now. Doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. Okay, we need, nope. Maybe combining it with another dye would look better. That doesn't look better. Cyan. Actually, that kind of looks interesting. Ooh. That's, oh, the dyes. The dyes are not working here. That's pretty rough, man. I was hoping for multicolored dinosaurs. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
Guess we'll focus on making the rest of the build look good by adding vines, painted lime to match the jungle look. I tried setting up the human mannequins, but turns out I don't have access to like any of the vanity that I think would actually look good on these things, so we have some placeholders for now. I also want both dummies to have guns, but somehow the arms dealer hasn't spawned yet, and I forgot to keep the musket on hand, so I guess we'll get him another time. I also put the amber mosquito pet in the item flask, which I think really fits.
Oh yeah, we're sciencing all over the place with this one.
We then moved onto the main base where I added orange and blue stained glass and framed them with stone slab walls. I continue to wish that there were good blocks for lighting up big empty spaces like this without being forced to use gem spark. Echo coating would let me place torches and echo coat those, so that would kind of fulfill that purpose, but I can't get echo coating.
Echo coating was post-Plantera. I don't know if it still is post-Plantera.
Turns out illuminate coating is at least available, which we can add to the stained glass so it's at least visible at night. It doesn't really glow onto anything around it, so it's not perfect, but better.
That looks really, really cool.
Now there's a problem that is the rest of this space. I have no idea how to fill it, and I want there to be room to place banners and statues and stuff. I ended up creating a variant of the other 2 towers, which will maybe stick or maybe not. I'm not sure yet. I was also excited to get the Dynasty shingles because I wanted to make one of those colored shingled tops that you can sometimes see on castles, but it's just not working out.
I need the stupid, like, shingle-like thing that doesn't have that weird outline. What merges with shingles, darn it? I am looking for people's feedback. I need your ideas. How do we make this look better? 'Cause I think this at least conveys the concept of what I'm going for. I just need a better idea as to what to do.
I added green stained glass to this new indoor tower, which I think is neat. Still might tear it down, but I'm happy with it for now at least. Also, the thunder and lightning event looks really cool with stained glass. The rest of the week, I did nothing but search for the dragon egg and fox sparks and Cativa, but had no luck with any of it. With the start of this week, I went straight to testing the Chillet mount, remembering all the headache it gave me against the Eye of Cthulhu with its dash only giving me immunity frames for maybe half of the time. I figured there must be a reason for this, but against these dummies and random enemies, I was not having the issue of bonking against anything.
Why is this working 100% of the time? What is going on?
The dash worked perfectly every time. So my only theory at the moment is that the eye's much larger hitbox is what causes the problem, but that doesn't even make sense because I'd bonk off of the eye when initiating my dash at close range. It's a mystery I guess I'll have to unravel with more eye farming, but that's not what I got up to with the rest of my week. Rather, I spent the next large chunk of my time further exploring the tundra. I still want a blizzard in a bottle, purely for collection purposes really, and in my search, I'll be able to gather more ice and snow blocks for the Arctic Ocean build. It is possible that there is no blizzard in a bottle in this world, but I refuse to believe a large world could generate without one. First chest doesn't have the blizzard though.
So help me, I cannot seem to find blizzard bottles lately. Are they just, did they just delete them from the game? I'm convinced. I think the fairy is confused. The fairy is like, sorry man, you've already found all the treasure. There's nothing I can lead you to. Oh, no, the fairy left me. No, the fairy gave up. The fairy was like, well, there's clearly no treasure left in this place. Bye. I feel like I just can't leave this place until I get a blizzard in a bottle. I will not back down from this. I will find this thing. It's the last thing I do. Oh, I'm frozen! I am very much frozen. This is why you need warmth potions, kids. Oh, wait, I don't have full mana. When did that happen? I didn't realize I didn't have full mana. Oh, I should probably actually... Mage Lover doesn't have full mana. And... No! Give me a gosh darn blizzard in a bottle, darn it! I am not leaving this tundra until I get my blizzard in a bottle! No! Wait, hold on, we gotta mine this chest quick before the fairy... Gosh darn it, you stupid fairy! Useless son of a gun! Fairy is like, did you know that there might, just maybe, perchance, be... I don't know, a chest right behind you. Dude, we've explored almost the entire tundra, and there's just no blizzard in a bottle. I will not fish. Under no circumstances will I fish for this blizzard in a bottle. Buddy, you're gonna make me use another Splunker potion, aren't you? Oh, I almost missed that one. That one's got the blizzard in a bottle because it was hiding so well. I was right!
Blizzard in a bottle finally obtained. We move to finishing the Arctic Ocean, something I have a much clearer vision for than the top of my castle at spawn. The whole process starts with replacing all the top layers of sand with snow, just enough so you can't see the sand beneath it. And of course, it needs to be textured with ice blocks as well. There's also this empty section of the beach we need to fill in.
Oh yeah, there we go. Using roller skates for their intended purpose.
From there, we need to make sure it slopes well, and some of the blocks were hammered to make it more natural looking. And now we swap in snow blocks for texturing, and we'll use the rubble maker to add more detail.
Now this is tundra making.
The next step in the process is to make the icebergs.
I do have one problem in that this is too far away. So like, we're gonna gonna have to really work to get it so the tundra is everywhere.
We're going to buy ice bombs to theoretically make the process of making icebergs easier, but only in theory. Before that, real quick, we shimmered the ruby phase blade to make the
RGB gamer phase blade.
Onto the problem with ice bombs. There is no sticky variance, so trying to create icebergs beneath the water with ice bombs creates a problem.
In order to use ice bombs the way that I want to, I guess we'll need to make an outline of the iceberg first.
So first comes the outline, then we throw the ice bombs, but we can't be totally reckless with it, or else some ice bombs will explode over each other and make the next ice bomb after it not place any blocks at all.
Oh yeah, this is how you fill in an iceberg. Ouch, oh no. Ah! Darn it.
You notice how the ice bombs only did 1 damage? That's weird, but we finished our first iceberg.
That's a good-sized iceberg. It's not enough to make it tundra here, though.
Guess that means we'll need a second iceberg, and it'll need to be quite large to ensure this area is also tundra, and this one started out looking kind of funny.
Oh no. let's change that. Another blood moon! Oh hey, we made it tundra, yay! Now we can fight blood moon enemies in our Arctic Ocean. Oh, it's so pretty! It's so pretty, man! Frog staff, finally! Okay, now I want a bloody tear. And I'm pretty sure blood moon fishing enemies are supposed to drop bloody tears. But no, not for this guy.
I should really have started counting how many blood moons I've had on this world. Pretty sure this is like number 6 or something, which is wild. 3rd one this month alone. When it came to an end, I removed the platforms because I'd rather have a harder time walking around here and have it look good. In that spirit, we also made the smaller icebergs look a little bit nicer and added snow texturing. And for some reason, the ice shallower in the water grew ice stalactites, but the deeper ice blocks didn't, so we added those manually with the Demolitionist Mighty Tidy. And as a finishing touch, I used ice walls to create these ice spikes or background iceberg things, which I think helped bring the whole thing together. Snow wall didn't work very well for the spikes, but I made this sort of background snow mound with it, and since this is meant to be an ocean build both above and under the water, we added these ice wall columns in the deeper portion of the ocean. All this building has created one problem, however. We don't have any ocean enemies anymore. I thought they spawned so long as there was water in the ocean biome. Apparently, they require sand blocks to spawn on, which you might think will cause a problem for the whole Arctic theming, but sand painted white looks very similar to snow, especially underwater, where it's pretty dark and kind of hides the difference. So I can mix in sand painted white for a gradient look that's very Arctic while also allowing the ocean enemies to appear.
Yay, jellyfish!
This whole redesign of the ocean just makes me think that some modder needs to make a dedicated Arctic Ocean biome. I think it's a really cool idea, hence all the time I spent on the project.
Another blood flippin' moon! Are you kidding me?
I tried just farming the enemies for a bloody tear this time, but still no luck.
1 year, 1 blood moon. And it's over and still no blood moon, still no bloody tear. But I really don't need it at this point, but you know. The game is just going to stop having blood moons the moment I get into hard mode and could use it.
We took a moment for a fishing quest, and the angler gives me a 3rd sextant. What I didn't know was that you can shimmer the sextant. I don't know if that's a 1-for-5 thing or if that's always been a thing, I just didn't know. Whatever the case, we can now use those 3 items to craft the fish finder accessory. And to wrap up the week, I've decided to bite the bullets and make a farm because I want fox sparks when it's actually useful. So that's what this long, flat grass platform is for. And then roughly in the center, I use a rope to go up and down.
King Slime, are you? I get King Slime, but I don't get Fox Sparks? Buddy, what is this? I am being mocked right now.
A battle potion water candle combo is apparently quite good for farming fox sparks and Cativa, but unfortunately there are no water candles within reach. There's one real close, but I couldn't seem to get down there safely. So I guess we're stuck with just a battle potion, but this time we finally got some good luck.
Yes! 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 Woo! Oh, I've been waiting all my life for this item. Finally! Fox Sparks, kill the slime. Kill the slime. Get him. Yeah, get him. Get him, buddy. Yes! All right, and I can use it as a flamethrower, right? Yes! Oh, this is so cool! Dude, this is the coolest summoner item in the game, by far. All right, so here's what I imagine. You know, I'm giving Fox Sparks for the Goblin Tinker to reforge. I'm imagining the Goblin Tinker just placing Fox Sparks onto an anvil, grabbing his hammer, and wailing on Fox Sparks until it decides to be a better fox.
And with that, February comes to an end. Thank you for watching. If you discovered this video and haven't seen the first one, you should check out how this whole 1 year journey began by watching this video right here.